this is quite outstanding. I mean, business and entrepreneurship, sir, we've been actually awarding from the very beginning, and I have to tell you, they have some of the most capable women in this category, and they're very strong because I like you said, it's known to be male dominated, and sometimes women feel like they need to be a certain type of woman to kind of do well here, but we were very surprised that a lot of the women, like I can see Patricia Narayan and all, they're innovative with their being themselves as well, in their comfort zone as well, which I think is quite outstanding. So they are trying to create a woman's world as opposed to trying to enter a man's world and trying to get into that space. I think it's very cool.
But there's also this whole challenge which we did discuss, is that in this area in particular, business and entrepreneurship, when men are ambitious and aggressive, that's seen as a huge positive attribute.
Yes, absolutely.
So venture capitalists love that. They love to fund people like that. When women do the same, there's a very different reaction. And so very often, it's much harder for women because they're supposed to achieve the same result.
My sister went through it. She was 21 when she produced her first film. And my father, unfortunately, was not here. He was in America shooting he was shooting in Hollywood. And my sister had such trouble getting finance for the films because, they were like, she's 21, and we had an outstanding script, and we had something that was completely different. But even though, everybody thinks that we come from a certain family and it's easier, in fact, it gets tougher because people don't want to invest money. First of all, she was a woman. She was 21, even though she was in Stern and she came back and, she's extremely capable, and we had some amazing things. But she was really, really judged for being a woman, and I mean, if it was a 22-year or 23-year-old man, it would have been completely different.
It would have been much easier.
There's a reason why it's very important to celebrate this category.
Yes.
And the reason is that you need a lot of precedents. So you must recognize. So for example, go back 20 years. If you were an Indian in Silicon Valley, you didn't get funded. There were no precedents. People said, Indian entrepreneur. Today, if you have an Indian in your team, you may be American. If you have an Indian in your team, it's much easier to get funded because there's so many success stories. We need to do that for women in entrepreneurship because the fact is you have lots of good women.
But she has proved herself.
But they suffer.
Mr. Shri, I just wanted to ask you that with this entire focus on Startup India and entrepreneurship and the Indian Angel Network, is it becoming easier? Is there deliberate focus now on encouraging women entrepreneurs? Because that could make a massive change very soon.
This whole Startup India thing that we've unleashed, this can be a real game changer. Because let me tell you a fact that's not well known. The only country where they've done analysis of this is in the US. And they found that from 1977 till today, except for 7 years in between, all net new job growth came from startups, not from large businesses. So when you look at India and say we have to do 10 million jobs a year, the only place it's going to come is startups. So this focus is needed. It's very welcome, and I think it'll be a game changer.